you are asking me about some humorous event or something which happened to me in Monterey. Is it correct?
Well, if there's a time or a place since you've been in Monterey that has been especially funny for you, and maybe a cultural thing or not, just anything that you've experienced that has been funny to you in Monterey.
Mr. Timer, I'm ready. Thank you so much for this question, Stacy. Actually, my whole life here in Monterey is rather humorous in many aspects. And as you mentioned, cultural things is the main reason. And the very first encounter with this humorous side of the life, which I hadn't have before, happened the very first time I came here. It was for work, and the host, my future boss here at NPS, he invited me for a week to come here and work with the data. Just remember, it was before the Google. So whatever I didn't know, I couldn't pretend I knew. There was no way to drink from this source of wisdom. So all the imperfection or not very wide thing, which I could say or do, they were likely to happen. So he sent me the invitation and he wrote me an explanation of how should be getting from the airport in San Francisco to Monterey. He told me I would be taking the Airbus. Simple, right? Now think about what I had in my mind after I read it. I was sure that the moment I leave the San Francisco airport, I was supposed to find the place where a helicopter would land, and I would take this helicopter from San Francisco to Monterey. I was sure that there is enough landing places for a helicopter in San Francisco airport, but Monterey for me was a rather small place, so I didn't know how I would get from this landing place to the hotel, and so I asked, how would I get from the helicopter to the hotel? The next thing I received and I read from him is that he's coming and picking me up at the airport. I made the mistake, but believe me, it was a honest mistake, because just a few years prior to it, I went to Siberia, and there was no way to get to the place of our expedition except by helicopter. So I thought, why not? What's the difference? And I think it would be a romantic thing to do, to take a helicopter from San Francisco to Monterey. I didn't have a chance to do it yet, but maybe in the future. Madam Toastmaster.